Hello, my name is Tobal, welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another Let's Play episode of X4 Foundations. We're sitting here in Argon Prime and going to take a look around, see if we can find some more missions. I do apologize, I noticed a little bit when I was looking back at some of the other videos that there's a bit of a weird delay or kind of like a little graphical glitch when I would look around on the map. And I'm guessing it's because of the way that the video is getting inputted into the OBS software that I'm using, but it doesn't happen on my screen. So in case you're worried about that, it's not something that's actually happening on the game itself. It's something that's, I guess, just being caused by the way I'm capturing the video. So trying something new this time around. Hopefully the quality is still good. Please let me know if it's not, and I'll work on getting some different changes there. So we've done a couple missions last time around. We're up, I think, a good bit of money. Let's see how much we are at right now. We're at just under $1 million in credits. I think our ally is out doing his thing in Argon Prime, or sorry, actually I think we had to move over to a different sector. Yeah, he did. So he's out here now in this system that I can never pronounce, doing his little exploration. So I think we're going to continue on. I think what I wanted to do at the end of last episode, was to jump on the freeway a bit and have it run around a couple of the different systems and just see what kind of missions there are. See if there's anything that's good for us to take. Make a little bit more money. Again, we're working towards the goal of being able to afford a large capital-sized freighter down the road. I really enjoy how the local highway system just is this super highway among the outer rim, I guess, sectors. It's such a neat way they've done this and able to warp to each of the systems. I think that's really cool. Love that. Let's see, we've got a couple delicate situation ones. Let's see if we can stop before the gate. Okay, sure enough. I think we got too far here. Lockbox, under 200k. This is a transport mission. And it's a pretty low one as well. Let's swing through Holy Vision. I think I'd like to stop at the wharf here, in the Pyramid Wharf, just to kind of see how their stations look. We've stopped at a couple of the Argon docks now, right? So we've repaired our ship and done a couple changes there. So we'll swing on through and maybe stop off at the Pyramid dock, Pyramid Wharf, and then maybe we'll stop off at the Pyramid Equipment dock as well. What else do we have here? Ice refinery, just some refineries. I do like that the bigger stations are a little bit bigger on the map, so you're able to really find the ones that you'd be interested in, such as the wharf and the equipment docks and the shipyards. I think that's a nice little addition. And we'll go into our quick travel mode. Is this a different freeway? Ooh, it is! Well, where does this go? Or come from, really? That is hilarious and awesome. It has an off-ramp. That the main freeway that's running through all the different areas has, it looks like, a branch there. We'll take that check that out in just a second, because we haven't gone in that direction. And really, I think that you really need to use the superhighways first, I think, when you first start the game, because it opens up so many more stations for you. It really kind of helps you establish a starter economy if you need to start trading. It gives you a really quick glance. Really, you can buzz around the entire ring and probably find some good trade deals. So I think that's not a bad opportunity. So yeah, this equipment dock is exactly the same as our normal equipment dock, it looks like. Just even from... Oh god, that's terrifying. Even from this view here. So I don't want to take too much time. Let's just take a look at what they've got in the upgrade area. I would be curious if they've got different software packages. Mostly scanners. Let's go ahead and do the long-range scanner and the police scanner. We'll do the trading computer extension just because it's so cheap. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do the docking computer Mark 1 just to see what it does. See if it lets us super quickly dock or if we have to come nearby or what. Beyond that, got some satellites. We're not really going to change out our weapons right now. We could try out a Paranid engine, which is a little bit faster than ours, but I don't know if it's worth a $200,000 upgrade. We really mostly just take the freeways and for the most part use our travel speed to get across where we need to go, although this is another 1,000 in travel speed, which might be worth it to get to the missions that are really far away. You know, we've got the money to spend right now. Let's go ahead and do that. I forgot about that part. You have to wait for your system to, or your ship to get upgraded. Holy crap, that is a lot of response fighters. What are these, all fighters? Oh, they're all drones. They're all coming from the station. Yeah, I don't think you're going to have a good time there, my Xenon friend. I love that. Oh, you know what we can do? I think we can press F2. It's only when, maybe it's only when you're in deep on the station that you can see. Let's take a look here, see if I can get that to go. 2? Okay, so we are taking a look outside the station, but we can't see the battle below. Just a couple laser beam blasts. That's kind of nice that you can actually see the station while you're still in, see outside the station when you're there. What kind of stuff do you guys need right now? You're not selling anything because you're a wharf, but you definitely are accepting things, except that looks like you're kind of full on everything but maybe engine parts. That's a 20% hike. So just for fun, we don't really have a trade ship, but let's take a look. If we were to be interested in trading here, we'd want to bring engine parts. So we'd zoom out here, turn on our trade filter, look for engine. And engine parts. Does no one actually sell? No, someone does sell engine parts, so why don't you buy engine parts over here? What am I doing differently this time around? Reset to the top level view. Normally the trade thing comes up wherever we happen to be at, right? It's really bizarre that it doesn't let us filter down. Maybe I didn't have this opened? No? Okay, I must have just not typed it the way the system liked it here. These stations are buying it at 719 credits. So the cheapest that we could get in the system at our current data, it looks like there's engine parts that are sold here in Argon Prime. Those could be shipped over to Holy Vision to make a deal. Oh, let's see trade offers. Can we see? We did buy a trade computer. We'll have to look at that and figure out how the trade computer works at some point. Let me get off the station first. Let's get over to the freeway again because I'm kind of curious about that other, for lack of a better term, it looks like an off-ramp for us here. We'll get, going the right direction. I am going the right direction. We'll get on that freeway over there. I don't see an easy way to look at trade information. I was hoping to just, the trade computer would just, you know, make some magic for us here. That's not what I wanted. I've been kidnapped on the road. Let's switch over to the other ramp here. We're going to take this about over to here. And we'll see where this takes us, because it looks like it's another Paranid sector, maybe just another Paranid station. But I'm wondering if I've been missing more of these off-ramps. I don't recall seeing them. Is it this one or we have to wait? Yeah, we can go over here. I think that's the coolest little thing, just to have this separate little off-ramp. I almost wish it was all the way up to the, right up to the gate, right up to the other highway here, so you could just lean to the right and get a sign for it. It's a bit much than's really needed, but it would be really entertaining. And we'll hop onto this. Let's see where this takes us. A little quieter, you know, less advertisements around. Still not seeing anything that could... Oh, super secret gate. Where are we taking this to? Faulty logic. Awesome. We'll do it. This is a parented medical supply facility. I wonder if we had a pilot, if the pilot would need to have the upgrade for trading computer. I can't remember. Do we know if trading computer is on here under software? Okay, so maybe the first level of trading extension. Which one did we get? We got long range scanner, police scanner, docking computer. I think we got trading computer. I don't think we had that. Let's check one of the stations we just left and see if it's longer than 5 minutes.
Entering system. Faulty logic.
Ooh, what is this? Is this a pirate system? Or it may be an independent system? What do we have here? A fighter squadron. Just a, you know, I honestly don't know if they have faction combat. That's a thing I've not explored yet, or even looked into. Yeah, it's only having it for 5 minutes. Maybe it does it based on the sector, and it gives you sector price ranges as opposed to the other version, which was, I think as soon as you leave the range, it's a 5-minute expiration. Unsure there. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's gonna get us killed at all. Is this a, okay, there's just a random highway in the middle here. Not enjoying the spookiness here, the emptiness. I feel like there's going to be a squad that's going to drop out on us at any point. Sure enough. Xenon raiding parties. That's okay. We should be able to outrun most of these. Curiosity is going to kill me here, but I do want to see what this highway leads to, see if there's any pirate bases or Xenon bases nearby. I don't know why they would, why you would build a super highway to the gate that goes to the pirate sector, but hey, that's fine. Oh, they're crazy. This is pirate owned. Oh gosh, let's see if we can jump on one of these and get out of the range of all these guys here. All right, I did catch it. Holy crap, that was a lot of folks. I'm getting ready to jump out of this end too if I need to. This looks like a pirate station, maybe. Go into scanning mode, long range scanner. Xenon defense platform. Let's not go towards that. We'll go ahead and engage our super drive here, cruise, and we'll set an autopilot back to the exit of the system here. So that's cool. So that means that this is a Xenon stronghold. And this looks like it's a local highway to a super highway, which probably plops you down into a different zone within this sector. So this is faulty logic 1, that's probably faulty logic 2. More than likely lots of more Xenon friends. If you're not familiar with the X series, the Xenon, are they robots or aliens? I thought they were just unknown aliens, basically. We really have just no entries on these? That's kind of a bummer. Wasn't really paying attention there, but we did make it out. So it looks like there's a little bit of background on that sector, but not a lot of background on the Xenon. And I just honestly can't remember if they are aliens, robots. I think they're just basically invaders, right? You could think of them as an invading species. And in X3, I think, is when the story first came out, that the Xenon first appeared. X3 used to have much the way the Stargates worked, not Stargate per se, but you'd have a ring at the exit of each of your sector, and a sector was basically a kilometer, a certain kilometer square, maybe a 10-kilometer square, and you would take your sector gate to get to the next sector over, and you would just keep jumping through those and through those. And so, to explain the new changes that X Rebirth brought, they made the story that there was some kind of collapse, and the world no longer had the same old abilities it used to. You're bouncing in and out of this thing.
Entering system. Artifacts claim.
Hey, you're a big construction vessel. Can I hire you? I think we tried that before. No, we did not able to hire them out to say, hey, build my station for me. We do have, they want a bunch of construction wares. Alright, so we'll jump back on the superhighway. We'll take a look at a couple more stations. This will be a shorter video. I think I did release a much longer video last time, and I just wanted to kind of close out the day with some thoughts here. And I would love your opinions if you all are playing the game right now, if you were able to get it, and you've decided to jump on board. Let me know what you think. If you are having trouble with anything, there might be some... Since we're always on the lookout for some easy money, we'll take this mission over here to the side, which is just this a standard find the lock boxes. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what your experiences are. I do hope no one's encountered too many bugs. I wonder if it still froze my audio. Yeah, it froze everything up there. I was gonna check Steam real quick to see how the reviews are going. I think they've changed to mostly positive now. There was some. I have no idea why the game even had negative reviews, to be honest with you. I've not encountered, apart from some kind of humorous bugs where like the local traffic would snap 90 degrees, you know, instead of flying smoothly around the docking bay. Beyond that, there's really no other issues, game stopping issues. There's some quality of life things, like the fact that the encyclopedia doesn't seem like it's quite fleshed out. One other thing I saw some folks were complaining about having trouble with was under settings. I believe it was graphical settings. There is a setting for the UI. UI scale. Some people don't like how small everything on the UI scale was, so you can definitely change that around, and apparently that was a big issue for a lot of people. So if you're having trouble reading the UI, I hope I didn't just crash the game by changing that. Let's take a look at how the game is with that big UI. So everything's a lot bigger in terms of all the graphical things. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, the map looks kind of nice too. I mean, this is a bit much for me. I tend to prefer smaller font, but if you like having the larger font, if it's easier on your vision, you can definitely scale up the UI. Everything is much more readable now. It probably also the side areas here as well, in the menus and things like that. Nope. Wrong button. Okay. We'll go into scanning mode. Hold down R, release. I think I messed it up. Try it again. Here's our one pod. We are going a little bit faster, so that's nice to get to your missions quicker with the upgrade of the engine that we just did. Hey, how about that? And just a little nudge. Magnets. Magnets, how do they work? And last but not least, our last little lockbox here. Wrong button. Control M is what I'm looking for to do a top-down view. Unknown object, got that on the edge of the area. This is a lot easier when you're not in a zone with asteroids. for sure, because you're not picking up those asteroids on the fringe. I do think for the rest of this video, I'm just going to complete the circle, see what kind of updates we have. Again, we're not really going to get into trading on this series just quite yet. I would like to make the plunge into the bigger ships once I have more money and enough money to make those initial investments in trading. And then hopefully soon after that the money could start rolling in, and I'd like to move on to station building. And at some point right between there, between when you start getting your own traders, I normally like to let the traders run on their auto trading ability, and then what I like to do is start working on my combat. So I will probably pick up some combat ships and become a little bit more combat focused, and take a look and see if there's any storyline activities, or if you join the Navy. I don't know if factions will fight over different territory. I don't know if that's in the game or not. What they used to do in X3 was kind of have skirmishes. So one force would meet up, you know, if the Paranid were going to war with Argon, they'd meet up over one of these sectors and try to blow each other to hell. So that was entertaining because you could really see some big fleet battles, some, you know, dreadnought or destroyer level class ships. And there's lots of ships to be captured. You could build up your own fleet very easily by just kind of almost being kind of a scavenger and waiting for those ships to get blown up. And so we're just cruising around here. This is a trading station. You know what? Let's do this. We've not gone to the Paranid trading station, and I don't know what a trading station has that's different. I think I mentioned this in the last video, and I forgot about it until just now. Yeah, let's peek at the Paranid station. We might end it there, and then I'll continue the circuit around back to Argon Prime and pick up in the next episode. But this is curious to see if this is if there's anything special here. They don't buy or sell anything. Looks like some of the filters got a little wonky. I remember with the book, this is like this encyclopedia book for some reason is oversized. So it looks like some of the UI scaling. Now, to be fair though, my I'm currently set up. Oh, wonk. I'm glad that running into a big, huge space station in your tiny little ship barely causes any damage at all. They're gonna start getting pissed at me if I keep bouncing off their station though. Oh, this looks like the exact same dock. I was hoping it would be a little bit of a different design. Where do you want to set? Over there? This is a little different, maybe. I don't know what that little building over there is. It looks like a little shopping center. It literally has a shopping cart. That might be the areas where you can do some crafting. And crafting in this game, you can pick up items directly from a vendor. Like how it's got barbed wire over the top of it. Alright, let's go. Welcome. So can we go down here and cut left? No. Let's see if we can go down over the front. We can go down here. Permits, permits, permits. Okay. There's parking permits. Oh, that's funny. Let's see if we can hit this little shopping center up. God, looks a little dystopian over here. Lots of barbed wire. Okay, this is in fact where traders would sit. If you did have a trader on duty, they would stand behind here, and you can buy some raw resources or some, not raw is the word I'm looking for. It's the goods that you'd actually carry in your own personal inventory. Mixed fruit, sedative, things like this. And then what you do with those items, seeing them flashing red lights everywhere, is you can come over to the crafting bench and try to make some things here. So you can make, remember there's one mission where somebody wanted a fine meal. So if we were to find rare spices, we could afford, or we could make that fine meal. Apparently we can make a first aid kit, so for fun we'll make one of those. How about that? And now in our inventory, We have a lovely first aid kit. I haven't really gotten into crafting. I never did it in X Rebirth other than to make the SETA drive or SETA drive, which is kind of like a speeding up time dilation program or system. So I never really did it. Holy shit, that is impressive. Can I go out to pester him? I can go out to pester him. Can we just jump on his ship? Aw. High-tech trader.
Comms channel open. Goodbye.
I love this guy in the black suit. Or in the white suit with this awkward black neck that doesn't exist. The models are better than they used to be. Believe me on that one. Wait, you just landed. Wait. Where are you going? Alright. I'm glad they landed for their minute-long... Maybe they just stopped and fueled up for a second. Alright, so I'll go ahead and get back on the ship here. I think I'm going to put a cut in the video. It has been an awesome first day into X4, and I do hope to continue the series. And really just, it's kind of a learning, learning experience. This isn't going to be a min-maxed, fast-paced guide to getting rich in X4. It's going to be a lot of probably making mistakes, learning the game as we go, figuring out the best ways to do things together, which is kind of fun. I'm trying to avoid forums a lot. I'd love to share some ideas with the community instead and just kind of get a idea of what you're all thinking and what you've seen and what you've tried. But the general approach is to, hey, buy ships, make those ships trade for you, and go from there. If it becomes possible, another option, as opposed to waiting for that 3 million, is to have one of these wharfs buy us, make us a trading vessel. Because some of these, like the transporter here, can carry about 7,100 items, or M3 of storage or items. So, they can do some selling. What I like about this, though, is that they can independently sell, apparently. That's what I'm seeing in the menu here for this Discover. So I've always liked the option to let those ships just trade on their own, and I feel like it really does build up your income. What if I just give you a random order like that? Remove all orders. Can you just start trading? I mean, looks like he flipped around there. He's executing auto trade, but that might mean if he's not moving, it might mean a couple things like he doesn't have a deal. It does look like he's moving somewhere. He's just really slow. So restricting that to the sector really limits their options. So you could set them to auto trade the galaxy and they'll go find a good deal. But again, this is a tiny little ship, so I don't think we really want them doing that. Next episode, I might sell this ship off and upgrade to one of those really expensive explorer ships as well, because we do need more things uncovered if we're going to start making better profits. And once, maybe we build up our fleet enough that we kind of do one explorer to every 2 traders or something like that, because the trader vessels aren't terribly expensive. Buy ships, medium ships. The Vanguard. How much was this one? This is 179k. That's not too bad. And you could really build up a decent fleet with a standard. This is like a standard Mercury Vanguard. You could build up a decent amount of profits just taking, maybe 5 or 6 of these, letting them loose on the world. I mean, we could buy a few right now, but we'll save that for later on, and it could be a fun thing to explore. And again, the last thing we want to do, or one of the things we want to do at some point, is to buy a Pyramid scout ship, because they do have the superior engines. Was it Pyramid, or I believe it was Pyramid. Yeah, because they have the triple engines here on the back, so putting a travel engine on that thing bumps that speed up to 8,000 when you're looking at the travel. And we were only doing 4,000, so we will have scouts just going crazy. And they still have 50 deployables, so they're able to hold 50 advanced satellites, for example. So yeah, the more we learn, the more we explore, the more we learn, and the more money we'll eventually make. need to look at also maybe trying to figure out what's between systems here. What is in the middle of this world when you get out of the sector. So that's also something to take a look at. So again, I appreciate you joining me. Thank you so much for some of the comments. Everyone's been very supportive here and when I've streamed on Twitch as well. Hope you're enjoying the game. If you have any comments, please leave them. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again.